Hello, my name is Liz Dunmeyer, and I want to welcome you to my presentation for Math 1070, College Majors versus Gender. We will be taking a look at college majors in relation to gender and pay. In the year 2016, the total number of bachelor's degrees earned was 1,284,061. Of these degrees earned, 43% of them were earned by men and 57% of them were earned by women. This next one is a Venn diagram, which displays the top 10 majors in the year 2016 for both men and women. Men, for the most part, major in fields like economics, finance, mechanical engineering, and political science. Women, on the other hand, mostly major in things like education, English, general or multidisciplinary studies, social work, and speech communication and rhetoric. Looking at majors that both men and women have in common, they are in fields such as accounting, biology, general administration and management, and registered nursing. Registered nursing was the most popular major overall in 2016, with 88,314 men and women earning bachelor's degrees in this major. There were 11,065 men, or 2%, who received bachelor's degrees, and there were 72,249 women, or 11%, who earned bachelor's degrees in registered nursing. This degree is very popular because the salary is very good and registered nurses are in high demand. Also, there is a staggering ratio of 7 women to 1 man that have majored in registered nursing, mainly because it is a gender expectation for the career and also female dominated. Another factor is that women are innately nurturing and are generally caretakers. I did some math in relation to men and women majoring in the field of biology. If we surveyed 4,000 females in the year 2016, and in that year there were 21,171 women out of 735,534 total women who earned bachelor's degrees in biology, I would expect only 159 women out of the 4,000 surveyed to have bachelor's degrees in biology. Now, on the other hand, if 4,000 men were also surveyed, and there were 17,869 men who earned bachelor's degrees in biology out of the 548,527 total men who earned bachelor's degrees, I would expect 130 men out of the 4,000 surveyed to have bachelor's degrees in biology. Next, I looked at a top earning major versus a low earning major, and the top earning was petroleum engineering. This major is not in the top 10 major for either men or women, although the starting wage is a whopping $83,490. There are several reasons why this isn't a very popular major, such as tough courses like math, physics, biology, thermodynamics, and geology. Also, the licensing for mechanical engineering is difficult. There's lots of continuing ed classes, and the work demands, such as hours in the work environment, are challenging. Now, on the lower end of the spectrum for counseling psychology, these employees don't receive cost of living pay increases, and the starting wage is only $38,630. Another negative factor is that the codes they have to decipher through to diagnose are tedious, and they must get through lots of red tape with insurance companies, so a lot of times they have trouble getting reimbursed for their services. Next, I looked at the top male major versus the top female major. Mechanical engineering is the top male major, and the average salary for this predominantly male field is $80,000. Males majoring in mechanical engineering make 47.5% more than what females make in their top major, which is social work. The average salary for this predominantly female field is $38,000. Females majoring in social work make 47.5% less than males who major in mechanical engineering. The annual difference between the two salaries is $42,000. Now, if this $42,000 was put into a savings account, there would be $4,517,520 after 40 years of investing $42,000 annually at a 4.5% interest rate. This is a bar graph that displays the correlation between pay and how popular majors are in relation to pay. The graph shows that as the pay increases, the number of students majoring in that field goes up. Looking at the top graph, which are the highest earning majors, the length of the bars doubles compared to the bottom graph, which is the lower earning majors. This next graph displays gender and salary in relation to major. From this graph, we can conclude that men choose majors that reward them financially, and women choose careers that reward them emotionally. Also, notice that nursing is farthest from the regression line due to having a much higher pay scale than the other health and humanities majors. And also, it is mostly women majoring in nursing. Mechanical engineering is a male dominant major, with 90% males choosing it as a major in comparison to 10% females. Probable causes of this could be because of gender stereotyping and societal and cultural norms and expectations. Another reason could be that women seem to be less interested in STEM majors, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. The next graphic shows gender dominated majors. It shows that there is a correlation between gender and majors. The National Science Foundation found that majors like engineering and computer science are predominantly male, while majors like nursing and education are predominantly female. They found that women fear gender discrimination. In 2020, women earned 66% bachelor's degrees in behavioral and social sciences, but just 26% of women majored in mathematics and computer sciences, while just 24% majored in engineering. This all seems like gender expectations or unsaid roles to me. In this next slide, I read an article called The Pay Gap Visualized and Analyzed by Amanda Montanez. You can find the link to the article on this slide. The article is very good, but like any, had strengths and weaknesses. Some things I liked about the article was that it did find that selecting majors very much influences what we can earn later in life. If we choose a low earning major, we could have dire consequences, such as bad credit and small paychecks. The patterns in gender do affect the overall gender wage gap. There were great visuals presented, and statistics were used properly to prove a correlation between majors and earnings. Some weaknesses of the article was that there was some missing longitudinal data, such as looking at the data over a long period of time, and also missing intersectional data, such as the influence of race, ethnicity, and socioeconomic status. Also, the article tended to be biased as it emphasized that a lot of it was the woman's choice of major. There was the deception of not including non binary people, such as transgenders, which says that only men and women are affected by the pay gap. Also, the colors and positioning of the bars in the visuals can indicate judgment and hierarchy. My conclusion of this gender pay gap is that although men choose more STEM careers than women do, the major causes of it are biases and preconceived notions with genders and majors. There are expectations and systematic and cultural biases that society drives into men and women. To bridge this gap, parents and teachers can encourage women to choose STEM majors if they want to, and that anyone, regardless of gender, can do anything that they want to, just by working hard and reaching for the stars. This concludes my presentation on college majors versus gender. Thank you for watching.